Good morning everyone. Looking at these clips, I have a simple question for you. Which of this is K-pop, which is J-pop, or are they somewhere else entirely? If you found it hard to categorize them, that's because the traditional label of nationality and language are increasingly blurring. Today we are exploring a core phenomenon, the great intertwining. We are moving beyond music genres to understand how K-pop has evolved from a local brand into a global industrial system that can now produce artists anywhere in the world. Our video essay examines this through the lens of cultural diplomacy as a form of soft power. K-pop is not just catchy music. It's a strategically promoted cultural commodity. Its success lies in hybridization, the blending of different cultural systems into something new and globally legible. This system didn't appear out of thin air. It selectively adapted performance-centered artist development models associated with Motown, while also drawing on the highly managed logic of Japan's idol industry. By the late 1990s, companies like SM Entertainment had helped refine this into what we call cultural technology, a highly systemized way of producing idols, music, and image. But here is the twist. Once this technology became a global standard, two completely different paths emerge. One path follows market-driven globalization, where culture is diluted to fit a commercial mold. The other, which we will focus on today, is identity-driven globalization, where the system is used to amplify a unique subcultural soul. To deconstruct this evolution, we have organized our presentation into 6 stages. Member 2 will first analyze how K-pop transformed American and Japanese models into the intense both camp and rat race system we see today. Member 3 will show how this system allowed Korean groups to successfully compete in the Japanese market. Member 4 will dive into the mystery of XG. He will explain why the export identity from buzz cuts to LGBTQ expression isn't just a look, but a radical refusal of traditional K-pop and J-pop labels. Member 5 will look at Kasei. He will challenge our definition of K-pop by showing what happens when the system skips Korea entirely and produces a global group from day one. Member 6 will conclude our journey by questioning the very necessity of labels in this post-national era of pop music. This presentation is a study of the battle between industrial standards and personal attitude. To begin our journey back to the roots of this system in the 1980s, I will hand it over to the member to discuss the origin of this cultural technology.
The first part will introduce the early stage of K-pop through transformation of existing global and regional models, especially in the cases of American music industry and Japanese art agencies, to explain the foundation of the industry. As one of the largest music markets, the USA laid an important foundation for the development of K-pop system. One record label that must be mentioned is Motown, which achieved commercial success in the 20th century. Motown operated an artist personal development department in 1964 to strictly control and manage the talents. Motown artists were first scored for their musical talent. Then, they were trained by the model school directors, choreographers, and music director according to quote in 2021. Moreover, Motown also required them to learn diverse skills, such as variety show performance, language skills, and acting skills. Beside the US, the Jimmy Show system also influenced the K-pop industry. Jimmy Show exercised massive and almost absolute control over artists, and they were largely responsible to entertainment content. According to Max in 2012, they were in charge of booking TV appearances, negotiating contracts with record labels and other media institutions, organizing fan club activities, and doing public relations works to enhance artists' images. However, their training system for idols' live performance was generally not high structured or systematic. In many cases, idols were only required to possess fundamental skills in order to perform on stage. These cases become the reference of Korean entertainment agencies to build up their framework. As one of the pioneer agencies, SM is highly representative. In the late 1990s, Lee Soo-man established SM Entertainment. Building on this early model, SM developed and refined this system and naming it as cultural technology. This system including casting, training, producing, and management. It not only referenced the operational structure of Japanese agency, but also applied the intensive training practice of American companies. SM system become more systematic, more intense, and more close. Cultivating talents is the primary and initial investment of the whole system. Through strict casting and audition, the company selects suitable talents, especially teenagers, and put them to strict training courses. The training strategies can be divided into three major aspects: bootcamp style training, total manufacturing, and rat race, according to the study of Lee in 2023. First, bootcamp style training. It refers to the long and intensive training period before their debut. On average, training spans around 2 to 5 years, preparing under the company's control. During this period, they had to follow a planned schedule and had a very limited autonomy and self-expression under the contract. It means that the company attempts to produce idols as complete and mature cultural products. Training were not only for singing, dancing, rapping, but also receive language education in order to prepare for transnational promotion. Besides, training are required to change their physical appearances through weight control and even plastic surgery. The system aims for perfection from the bottom to the top in performance. Third, rat race. It refers to a highly competitive internal evaluation system. Trainings has to go through monthly evaluations, and those who fail to show enough progress could be eliminated. Preparation. The opportunity to debut still remains uncertain. If a trainee's image, ability, or personal condition no longer match the agency's plan, they could be still asked to leave. Based on the training conditions, the agency will sort trainees matched with the concept and put them into the debut group. This framework were widely studied by Korean entertainment agencies to ensure the stable supply of skilled talent to the industry.
As my groupmate has mentioned, Korean entertainment companies use a strict training system in appearance, singing, and dancing. But fans also demand perfection in private life, including their personality, their family background, and even relationship. Dating is basically forbidden until their career ends. People's obsession towards idols drive them to purchase massively, making K-pop a huge industry and create a huge profit and jobs opportunities. So companies started to invest more resource in nourishing them. One of the focus is the quick response to aesthetic shifts. That's what brings K-pop groups to the global. The aesthetic here does not just mean how idols look on stage. It also includes their style, the facial features, their clothing, their makeup, their group image, their music genre, and even the choreography. So let's look at how K-pop aesthetic have changed over time. In the first generation, from the 1996 to 2004, the representative group includes HOT for boys and SES for girls. The core of this era was creation and positioning. For the boy groups, the aesthetic was based on the street style that was popular in the US. HOT wore bold handbags, oversized hip-hop clothes, and heavy makeup. For girls groups, they established a cute girlish style with light makeup and an innocent look. As pioneers, the first generation aesthetic was mostly built by referencing Japan and the US. So in the second generation from the mid-2000s to early 2010, this is the golden age of K-pop. Early on, we had Super Junior, Big Bang, Girls' Generation, and then the Wonder Girls. Later, we have FX and A-Pink. So the boy group aesthetic became more polished and divided into different styles. TV XQ shows handsome, even the beautiful man, and what we call is a Hua-mei-nan style, like this. And Big Bang went to the opposite direction, having a strong hip-hop feel, unique personal styles, and special music genre. The girl group aesthetic became really diverse. The Girls' Generation and Kara held onto and developed the girly and innocent style, but with a higher standard of beauty. Meanwhile, Wonder Girls emphasized a more feminine feel. And formed and pushed the girl crush style hard. They wore strong eye makeup and the stylish street clothes, and they started standing a message about female power. This period had a diversity of aesthetic. After the success of the first generation, entertainment companies were willing to invest in different concepts, and the market proved that every single style has its audience. But at the same time, even with different styles, being polished and perfect started to be the standard. Especially for girl groups, the feminine image became the worldwide impression of what K-pop idol looks like. And then is the third generation, roughly from the 2013 to 2019, for groups like BTS, EXO, 17. And for the girls, we have Blackpink, Twice, and Red Velvet. Boy groups started emphasizing dancing skill, and it is called nerve dancing, Dao Chun Wu, and then they have strong concept. For example, EXO has their superpower concept. The appearance and makeup in this generation become even more polished and even is a kind of feminine. eyeliner and dyed hair become the iconic image of K-pop groups. For girl groups, the aesthetic was still diverse. Twice have an energetic and cute image. Red Velvet has a goddess-like elegance, but the sexy concept became the mainstream in this generation. Groups like Sister, AOA, and Girls' Day are the classic examples. So later, the Blackpink rose strongly with their girl crush concept. They moved toward a cooler, more confident, and highly fashionable image. Blackpink kicked off a fourth generation focus on the female power. As feminism grew worldwide, they successfully broke into overseas market and then get on the stage of the Coachella. By this generation, K-pop aesthetic and internet usage were both very mature. Fan cams appeared and puts even more emphasis on idols having perfect stage presence and image. The group variety shows and the personal Instagram accounts let idols keep building their perfect image even off the stage. K-pop also became more complete in how it shapes idol. It was no longer just about their look and talent, but it's also about their personal charm and their personality. After that, the fourth generation, starting around 2019, the girl groups like New Jeans, aespa, Idol. Boy groups including Stray Kids, TXT, and ENHYPEN. The production line became so mature that groups appear and disappear quickly. Good looks and songs are no longer enough. Groups need unique concept and worldviews to stand out. Look at the representative groups. New Jeans has Y2K music and styling, plus the hip-hop dance, which is rare for girl groups. Idols follow the girl crush trend, focusing on the girl's power and being yourself. And aespa focuses on virtual world participation and an AI feel. Every one of them has a standout concept. What is more, by this generation, the short video platform like TikTok make promotion easier. Music, dance, and image need a strong, unique impact to catch attention in seconds so as to go viral. Many groups design killing parts for specific members to create viral moments. Physical appearance become more camera-oriented and unique, like aespa members looking almost like AI with polished, symmetrical features. The importance of distinctiveness keeps growing. So finally, we are now in the fifth generation, which is still happening. The representative groups including ZB1, Kiss of Life, Katsai, TWS. The core of the aesthetic, besides continuing to focus on the distinctiveness, is now also about to going global. The group lineups are much more international. For example, Kiss of Life has only one Korean member. Katsai is made up of members from the US, the Philippines, Switzerland, Italy, and India. And the look is no longer limited to the Korean standard of pale, young, and feminine. Different nationalities and backgrounds are now accepted. Kind of like Western features, darker skin, and then bodies that emphasize health and strength are all welcomed. To conclude, every era of K-pop has its own aesthetic that matches that time. The K-pop industry's sensitivity to fashion and the global aesthetic has brought it to the huge success and worldwide influence. This has not only given them the purchasing power from the global fans, but also led to many partnerships with the fashion industry. Many world-famous brands are working closely with K-pop idols now. A great example is Blackpink's Jennie working with Chanel. Her poster and the advertisement are everywhere around the world, on buildings or the billboards. This is a sign that the K-pop groups has entered the global market, and that is also a proof that K-pop group is recognized as a global trendsetter. The fashion industry used idols as a medium. Through magazine photo shoots, performance sponsorships, and advertisement, they can lead aesthetic changes from the top down, and they can share the influence across industry. Through this, K-pop can go even further global.
Export XG in the house. So I will talk about why XG teams is not in J-pop or in K-pop. Let's do this. K-pop was already a very metro system orientated towards globalization. And you guys can see the K-pop timeline with different generations. For instance, like 2019 BTS Mama intro. In the 2012 Gangnam Style have vibrant exposures in that time.
A few moments later.
Then what's K-pop and XG different in the globalization is that traditional K-pop training system is exactly aimed for the international tickets, but XG is not. They prefer doing themselves, doing their creative work beginning, and so far XG can gain the exposures naturally. I think that the elements of Japanese or K-pop culture were significantly reduced it, and it feels like just a creative group with little culture depth. So far, I have a good example of Produce 101 Japan in 2019. They have a similar background of XG. Both team Japanese but trained in Korea. Like for example, MUI, like MV, the features like sweet melodies and youthful image or something like the fundamental K-pop style. So it's just evoking us to think about, is it just only the entertainment products only? XG aims to create both cultures and authentically above all. Step to create XG. Doing their art directions and their MV, and for instance they will have some reversals or like futuristic elements in their scenes, and it feels like they are invite me to their own utopia. Also, the outfit is incredibly amazing. You can see their fashions also inspired from the fashions of Japan. Their outfit usually have different colors and make them match, and more like experimental, and also some avant-garde elements inside.
Destination out of this world is space travel. New heights, I'm seeing new lights, so change levels. More space is facing.
Gender diverse expressions resonate in nowadays. For example, Coconut shaved her head with a buzz cut, and also underwent upper body surgery. They are very bold and do whatever they want to do in expressing themselves. I just realized that J-pop team AKB48 have one members for like breaking the no dating ban and just shave her head. XG creating high level of some unique culture, work style, and they are not to input the old K-pop, J-pop image to their head, so they can succeed in promoting themselves to the global marketing, and for like target audience who are tired for the old content or like even Gen Z. So put XG on the map. Let's go.
They could describe everything with one single word. You know, like boba tea, robotics, fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills. This song. Oh my god, the new beat. Oh my god, is this real?
It's so gnarly, right? So we've seen how K-pop developed within Asia, but what happens when this system moves beyond Asia entirely? So this part, I'll be focusing on the girl group where K-pop becomes a global system and how they represent a new stage. So presenting Cat's Eye. So when we think of K-pop, we usually associate it with Korea, Korean Chinese, Korean companies, and groups that debate locally first. But Cat's Eye challenges this idea. So instead of asking what K-pop is, I want to ask is how does K-pop become global? So Cat's Eye is a global girl group created by Hive and Griffin Records through the survival show, The Debate of Dream Academy. So unlike traditional K-pop groups, this project started globally, from the contestants to the audiences, from the beginning, and they were designed not for one country, but for multiple markets at once. So first, Cat's Eye expands who can be a part of the girl group. The members came from different countries and cultural backgrounds. For example, we'll see members from the US, for example, like Daniela, Megan, and Sophia from Philippines, and Yunche from Korea, and etc. And instead of representing a single national identity, the group is built around multiple identities at the same time. This allows global audiences to see themselves reflected in the group.
What is your message to the gays?
We love the game!
So secondly, Cat's Eye shows that K-pop is no longer just a cultural identity, but a production system. So the training follows the K-pop model: intensive practice, strong choreography, civilized performances. But their music and image are designed for a global audiences, with English songs, a style that aligns more closely with Western pop. So what this shows is that K-pop is becoming a method that can be applied everywhere, not just in Korea. So thirdly, Cat's Eye enters the global market directly. So most K-pop groups debut in Korea first, and then expand step by step into other regions, but Cat's Eye skips this process completely. So from the beginning, they are positioned on the global platforms, appearing in spaces like the MTV Awards, the Grammys. So instead of trying to go global, they are already part of the global industry from the day one. And because of this, Cat's Eye is not just entering the global market, they are entering the global girl group market, a space traditionally dominated by the Western pop acts. By combining K-pop training, global diversity, and Western-facing promotion, they position themselves not just a K-pop group, but as a global pop girl group. So, more traditional K-pop group like Le Sserafim, we can see a clear differences. Like, Le Sserafim follows a typical pathway. They debut in Korea first, build a domestic fan base, and then expand globally over time. But Cat's Eye starts globally from the very beginning. So instead of local to global, they are already global from the start. So what I want to say is that Cat's Eye represents a shift where K-pop is no longer tied to one country, but becomes a global system for producing artists. And this leads to one final question. So if a group is global from the start in its members, music, and market, do we still need to define it as a K-pop group at all?
Back in the 1990s, Korea was all about importing culture. Most of what people watch or listen to, like movies, television, music, they came from abroad. In fact, in 1993, Korean movies made up just 15.9% of the local box office. Basically, Korean pop culture was shaped by what was popular overseas. But all this foreign influence actually pushed Korea to do something different. In 1998, the government kicked off the Cultural Renaissance. Basically, they decided culture should be a key national industry. Early, K-pop was a mix of outside influences, like hip-hop, R&B, electronic music from the US. Shio Taiji and boys brought hip-hop into the Korean mainstream. Later, SM Entertainment started the songwriting camp system, inviting producers from all over the world to write for K-pop groups. So, K-pop didn't succeed by rejecting foreign culture. It won by absorbing it and remixing it into something uniquely Korean. Fast forward to today, K-pop isn't just importing culture anymore. It's a cultural superpower. BTS and Blackpink top the Billboard chart, and Korean albums sell over 300 million overseas. Korean movies even beat Hollywood blockbuster at home. But what is K-pop identity now? Most people would say synchronized dance, eye-catching visuals, the tough training system, and a deep connection with fans. These aren't just Korean anymore. They are the gold standard for pop music worldwide. Recently, we have seen even bolder experiments. Take XG, a group with all Japanese members. They don't call themselves K-pop or J-pop. They invented their own label, X-pop. They perform on Korean music shows, sing in English, but their creative team is still rooted in Korea's entertainment world. or Cat's Eye, joint project between Korean's Hip and America Driven Records. The members come from the US, Switzerland, the Philippines, Korea. A truly global team. They are not aiming for just Korea, they are going for the whole world. This group show a big shift. K-pop isn't just pop sung by Koreans anymore. Now, it's idol pop made by the Korean system. Look back at the evolution. First, we can see mostly Korean members, then pan-Korean members like Super Juniors hanging from China, then pan-Asian members like Twice, they have Japanese members, and Blackpink, Lisa is from Thailand. Now, groups with few or zero Korean members, XG, they always Japanese members, VCHA, all American or Canadian. So, is this good or bad? Let's look at both sides. First, it makes K-pop more inclusive and diverse. Different backgrounds bring fresh ideas, and fans see themselves in the idols. Second, it expands the market. You don't need to force foreign fans to sing in Korean. You speak their language. Third, belonging shifts from nationality to values. Hard work, excellence, and fan connection becomes the real identity. But a deep concern is, if K-pop becomes just a production system, does it lose its soul? If it's only outsourced to foreign faces, what's happened to Koreans' own musical traditions and language? So where does this leave us? How will belonging be refined in the future pop music? I believe belonging will no longer be tied to borders. Instead, it will come from two things. One, the production system you come from. The Korean training system, comeback planning, and fan engagement will become a trademark of quality and professionalism. Two, the values you stand for. Effort, diversity, self-growth, and community connection will matter more than where you were born. XG and Cat's Eye are not the end of K-pop. They are version 2.0 of the Korean pop operating system. A system that can now be exported and adapted globally. Is that good or bad? I think it's good, but we must stay aware. Good because it opens up pop music to more voices and more possibilities, but we must be careful. A powerful engine still needs a cultural soul. Otherwise, even the best system can't drive a car without a direction.